Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with sunny conditions out there this morning. Expecting a quiet and seasonable day today as we continue in this quiet weather pattern. We will continue with the quiet weather over the next 48 hours before we see a potent area of low pressure moving up the coast. That's going to bring some unsettled conditions as we get particularly later in the day on Sunday and overnight into Monday, where we'll see the potential for some heavy rain as well as some strong gusty winds. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we could see we have that broad area of high pressure remaining over the eastern part of the country, keeping things nice and quiet. And then as we look off to the west, that area of low pressure over Texas right now being supported by an upper level trough that's going to be tracking and digging in towards the east as we go into the end of the weekend. In addition, we'll have that area of low pressure developing in the Gulf of Mexico, and again, that's going to be tracking up the coast, bringing those unsettled conditions here locally. But if we look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we have those northwesterly winds mainly through the column, becoming northwesterly at times. Overall, fairly light winds through the column, with our peak wind just around 24 knots, and that's at 12,000 feet. The freezing level today is at 8,300 feet. Looking at that current visible satellite, we can see those clear skies across the region. Just a few light and high cirrus out there, but overall clear skies and light westerly winds showing up at this time, and we're seeing those temperatures starting to climb into the upper 40s across the region. We look at the European model here, see how the forecast plays out over the next couple of days. Again, that area of high pressure still in control as we go through to today, as well as into tomorrow. We'll see some increasing, mainly high and some mid-level clouds as we go through our day on tomorrow, as that area of high pressure starts to recede off to the northeast. We'll see a slight onshore component to the wind start to pick up as we go through the day with a slight onshore breeze. That continues into Sunday, and as you can see here, that area of low pressure starts to come together and track across Florida as we get into early Sunday morning and begins tracking up the coast. And that's going to bring our first chances of some rain during the morning hours on Sunday, with mainly just a few isolated light showers. And then as we go into the afternoon, that rain will become likely with light to moderate rain. And then the potential for heavier rain comes as this area of low pressure gets closer to the local area, particularly as we get late in the evening and into the overnight time frame. In addition, as that area of low pressure approaches, we're going to see some breezy conditions develop, and then as it gets closer, those winds will continue to increase, seeing windy conditions through that same time frame with the heaviest rain. If we zoom in here with the European model starting Sunday morning, we could see once again, you see that rain starts to move in late morning and then continues to push through the area with that heaviest rain starting to fall and move into the area as we get right around midnight, plus or minus 2 to 3 hours. And that pushes through with this area of low pressure tracking just off the coast. That will help as it quickly moves through. We'll keep the breeze around into the morning on Monday, but the winds will be shifting out of the northwest, will help with that, minimizing those highs to tides and moving that water out quickly. But as we go into Monday, we'll see things dry out for the second part of the day as that area of low pressure tracks out of the area, but we'll keep some precip chances around with this upper level low still lingering. Just looking at the winds for that same time period here, starting at Sunday morning, we see slightly breezy conditions becoming breezy as we get into the afternoon time frame. Then again, as we go through that same overnight time frame, we start to see those winds really cranking up with the potential for those 50 to 55 mile per hour winds through that overnight time frame. And then those winds remain breezy as we go through the day on Monday and into Monday evening. They start to relax just slightly, but still remaining fairly breezy. So if we look at the extended forecast here, continuing zoomed out with the European model here, again, as mentioned, would have another slight chance of some precip in the area overnight, Monday night to Tuesday morning, as that upper level low continues to linger over the region. That could support some rain showers around our local area. And as we go into Tuesday, that upper level low slowly starts to open up and move out of the area, particularly going into Wednesday, and that's when we'll start to see high pressure come back in and dominate the eastern part of the country and keep things on the quiet side as we get to the middle and end of the week. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions over the next 24 hours. Again, seasonal temperatures with our high expected around 54 degrees. We'll keep a light westerly wind around 7 to 12 knots. Could see peak gusts up around 17 knots as we get through the afternoon. So potentially slightly breezy for the afternoon, but we'll see that relax as we go into the overnight time frame. We'll see sunny skies through the day today and then continue clear skies overnight till we get to about 4 a.m. where we'll start to see a few high clouds moving into the area, as well as a shift in the winds out of the northwest, but still remaining light at 3 to 8 knots. We'll see that temperature get down to around 36 degrees as we get into the start of the day on Saturday. Right now, tides are running normal. Going into Saturday, we'll see partly cloudy conditions. Again, those clouds will be increasing through the day, becoming mostly cloudy as we get later in the day. We'll have that slightly breezy onshore wind as well, but overall green conditions for our weather risk. Expecting a seasonable high around 55 degrees. Green conditions continue into Saturday evening, where we are mostly cloudy to overcast, and we'll continue with that light onshore breeze with that low around 45 degrees. And then Sunday again is when that unsettled weather starts to move into the area with that chance of light rain in the morning. Then that rain becomes likely as we get into the afternoon, light to moderate rain. So we do have that red risk for precip, as well as an orange risk for those reduced sealants and visibilities with those more moderate to heavier rain shower activity moving through the area. And we'll have a very slight chance of a thunderstorm and then a slightly better chance as we go through that same overnight time frame with the heaviest activity moving through. But again, breezy conditions becoming windy later on with those gusts of 50 to 55 miles per hour potentially as we get through that overnight time frame. So we do have that red risk for those winds that are above 25 knots as well, with that high around 59 degrees from mild conditions for Sunday. And then we'll see continue high, fairly mild temperatures as we go through the overnight and into the morning of Monday. So if we look at the extended forecast here, again, you can see a low just around 53 for our Sunday night, and then staying around 57 for a high on Monday. We'll have that AM rain continuing on Monday, and then we'll see things dry out briefly through the afternoon hours, and then continue with windy and breezy conditions. About a 20% chance we see some rain in the area for that overnight to Tuesday morning time frame with that upper level low, but otherwise just seeing mostly cloudy conditions with some breezy conditions continuing into Tuesday. And that cooler air starts to move in with our low around 35 degrees and our high around 45. As we go into the middle of the week, we see high pressure taking control, partly cloudy conditions for Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll see those cool temperatures remain for Wednesday with a low around 27 and a high of 46, and then back to seasonable temperatures as we go into Thursday with our low around 30 and a high around 52. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.